Hello and welcome. Today we'll discuss about how we can use a function to add two double variable numbers. The variables having double data type. So basically what we'll do here is that we'll make a function sum. Inside that function will return the sum of two double variables. Obviously the function sum will be of double data type. Then in main we'll call that sum function, and in main we'll just declare those two functions and pass those variables double valued variables to that sum function and then execute that function. So first of all we'll just include our libraries. IOStream library is important because whenever we'll use cout cin statements, then it will just bring those cout cin statements from this IOStream library. This using namespace std basically serves as a scope resolution operator for cin cout. It tells the program that this cin cout statement is basically part of IOStream library. Now we'll make a function, main function, which is important here. Just a few indentation. Now what we'll do is that we'll just declare two variables here of type double, because we want to, or we can just of type integer, we can declare those two variables as integer variables and see the sum of those two variables. And I am naming these two variables as AB. You can name variables as you like, as you wish. So cout enter. Now what this cout enter A will do is that this cout statement basically prompts the user that you have to enter a number, basically enter a number basically inside this a variable. So this will prompt the user. So actually what enters inside the value, what enters inside this variable, the value is this cin statement. This basically does the job of entering the value inside the variable a. Similarly, the cout enter b will also do the same job, and similarly cin b. So we have entered the values, the integer values inside these a and b, which are of type integer. So then basically this is cout and this is cin. Console, this stands for console output, this stands for console input, and this is basically stream extraction operator. This extracts the stream basically inside this double this colon. This is called stream insertion operator. This basically inserts the stream inside any variable. So basically here a value is inserted, here the value is extracted and displayed on the screen. So now what we'll do is that now our next task will be is that we will make a sum. We'll make a function of sum basically, and pass two values to this sum, which will be of integer type b. For my convenience, I will name these two variables as int ab, similar to the variables in which in main, in which I have declared integer ab, so that I will just know that which value is a and which value is b, which value is first and which value is second. So after that I'll just, what will I do in this sum function is that simply I'll return this a plus b. What this will do is that any value passed to this sum, any value a and any value b passed to this sum, it will then that value will come here, that a and b value will be added and returned as an integer value to this main, in which I'll make some a function prototype sum ab. So that value will be returned to that main basically. So first of all, what will I do is that here what I have done, that I have entered the value of a and b. Now I will pass the values to this function basically. Like if take an example of two cities, city A and city B. So to connect those two cities, we have to make a bridge. So suppose this int main and int sum are two cities. To connect these two cities, we have to make a bridge, and that bridge will be is this sum a b. Now we have connected this function with this function, main function with sum function. This will call this sum function in the main and pass this a and b value to the sum, from where this sum will receive this a and b value and add those values and return an integer value to the main. This is the basic concept. Now I'll simply see out this value for my convenience. I'll say that sum is basically will display the sum of these two numbers. So one thing we have to notice here is that we have to pass the values respectively, as we have in this prototype here. In this signature here is that int a is first, int b is second. So we have to pass a and b respectively. If we will pass b first and a second, then it will create an ambiguity and our result may be different if we are doing are dividing two numbers or multiplying two numbers, etc. sorry, dividing two numbers, or negating two numbers. So we have to take care of this thing that we have to pass both those numbers respectively. So this was the function, this was the code that how we can add two numbers, two integer numbers, using our function. Thank you very much.